Yo, yo, yo. What is going on? My voice is going to sound rough today. Peoples, yo. What is up, Maddie? Yo. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, David Q, King Carnage. David Q, King Carnage, Mighty One, SF, John Rad. Good morning, everybody. Chris, Vanessa, Caleb, John G, Timmy. Good morning, good morning. He said, good morning, traders. Where's all the likes at? I'm not going to be surprised, honestly, if this week we get like a light amount of viewers and likes on the streams, just because it's a small week, as well as I think people are just going to be like more focused on the holidays, getting ready for all that, so... Excuse me again, my voice is honestly still kind of either choosing to decide if it wants to go out or not. I don't know what's up with that. Good morning, Daffy. He said, trade light this week. 100% boss. Oh, Trader trades us first. Damn. He's just too fast. Good morning, Garden Trader. Aloha SF. Need some tea. I do need some tea. Let's get it to at least 25 before market open. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. Also, real quick, if you look over to the left of my screen, you can see there's already kind of a game plan for both SPY and Triple Q. We'll go through those as the chart updates a little bit more. As you guys know, I mainly like to focus SPY, but we do like to occasionally check Triple Q. But who all got to check out the weekly watch list this week? I didn't do, Apple all the way through UNH like I normally do the last 4 weeks. I did that for a month straight, and I was like, you know what, this is a lot of charting. Maybe I'll just do this here and there. But I wanted to include the sectors this week, so I did. So I did the top 5 sectors instead of Apple all the way through UNH. But I still included SPX, Triple Q, SPY, bigger and smaller time frame, the news, the earnings, anything else you could think of. It's all in there. You just got to review. But who all got to check out the weekly watch list this week? Drop a thumbs up or a hi or something to let me know. What is up, Tobias? He said, need a little pop. That is seriously awesome to have a watch list. 100%. I agree. Already made 200 today on 2 trades, but have 35 yellow money and calls that are almost in the money. A pop on open and we printing. Alright, so Tobias looking for a pop at the open. He's already trading some futures, it looks like. Hey, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Mighty. And thank you, SF. I'm glad you guys are checking that out. Because I wake up pretty early on Sundays. Which is weird, because I feel like before I started doing them, I would have this like lazy thought in my head that tells me like you could sleep in as much as you want before football. And now I get up hours before football. I make that watch list, and then I have like all this time on my hands before football's even started. So it's been a lot of fun making those watch lists because they're made before. They made it the first part of Sunday, So like looking back at it the week later, when I make them, I have my old watch list up on one screen, and then I'll have my one I'm making on my main screen. So if I want to make any notes based on last week's movement or anything that might have happened or anything notable, I'll just put it in the next week's watch list as well, just to let people know, look, it's this simple. But it was pretty cool this time because one of my targets was pretty far, and I was like, there is that chance it goes to 449, 451, but these are all these levels in between. And then we literally hit that area to the cent all last week, and that was the highs. That's what we rejected. Look, 449, 451, like here in the bottom right screen. So that was pretty cool. But it's also just nice to go through I can't even speak. Weekly watch list number 1, and then number 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, the most recent one. Because it gives you like a story of what's going on. It's not just like call outs or ideas or look, if it breaks above this, go to this. It's not just about that. And the weekly watch list, it's also just about being aware, of what's going on. So I hope more people check that out. I worked pretty hard on that. Every so often as well, I'll be including Daffy's information in there. I didn't do it this week just because I literally did post the top 5 sectors, but he went ahead and already reposted the rotation of the sectors in the Reason Over Risk channel. So if you wanted to look at that, please check that out. Well, no, this is like this because it's on the day chart. So if I would, you see, look here, look, see how it says today. Today hasn't started, so today's price action or today's data isn't on here yet. If I was to go back like 1 day, 1 minute, it would be there. I just don't like to do it for the zoom. Daffy said, I will not trade SPY till 450.25, and Wednesday's resistance is a clear path until they clear the path. Sounds like a great plan, Daffy. It is nice that we're all here from the start of the series and can watch how the price... Exactly, that's exactly what I mean, Vanessa. Because it's nice to get like the true story of what's been going on these charts. It's not just about being right or wrong. It's also just nice to be updated. It's nice to kind of be part of what's been going on. Great comment. And thank you guys again for all the likes on the stream already. Market's about to open. We got the 1. We got the... I need to change this to the 15. We got the 1, the 15, the 5 minute, and then the daily, which these two charts are the same chart. These two charts are the same chart in terms of what's plotted on the screen. So what you see here is from here. What the levels and areas you see here, they're on this chart as well. So just kind of keep that in your head. But right now, guys, we are still looking, and we talked about this last week. Who all remembers how I said... There is a chance we go hit that next area above, but there's not a chance that we go break it and surpass it yet. We need to probably going to grind inside of it. That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we're looking for this week. We have a shorter week, most likely going to be a lower volume week. We'll see. Might not be as many market participants into the second half of the week. First half might not be totally messed up with, but the second half could be. But again, you're just watching 451, 451.40s to the upside because that's the area where we pushed up to and slowed down at. To the downside, you're watching 449 and then this day's low. So we're kind of stuck in between here until, you know, get that break. So that's really all we're looking at right now. I'm trying to keep things simple. But right now we're getting a little bit of a bid from the open to the upside. If they can surpass breaking 451 and 451.42s, more bulls can show up. If we reject here, create some lower highs and then push back under 450.25, this could actually bring a lot larger of a pullback on our screens. So everybody understand the game plan? We all get it? For both upside and downside. I don't want to see anybody in here asking questions like, I'm in puts, should I be doing... No, you shouldn't be in puts. There's no reason to be yet. And yeah, sorry about my voice. Alright, we're hitting 451s. Can they hit to the next area? And remember, it's only been, you know, a minute. Give the market a little bit of time. He said rip the F out of the chart. Got a 15-minute inside bar on Friday, closed 2. Good call out, Peoples. Amazon pumping out of the open. Good call out by Creator. Good update so far, everybody. Ha ha ha. I am likely... Wait, what? I am like highly disciplined on size trade and then lose my shit on $30 bets. That's how it be though, because you want to root for those. It's kind of like rooting for the underdog. You know, when you're in a bigger position, it might not excite you as much because you're used to it. You know, but when you're looking at these smaller bets, Tobias, it might excite you because it's like a scratch off. It's like a lotto. It's like a, you know, it's something you're not expecting to pay you a lot, and then when it does, it's like, wow, what is this? So that could be why. It's not a bad thing. Your 1 minute and 5 minute both look super bullish, though. That's all I gotta say. From the open. Remember, from the open. They're passing 451.08. Can they pass 451.42? Remember, that's that top side level that if surpassed, more bulls can step into the chart. All right, really nice move so far. Who can tell me what sectors are moving before I go to them real quick? I'm gonna let y'all. This time I'm gonna give y'all a chance to tell me what's moving up and what's moving down. But out of our top 5 sectors, which ones are moving up and down the most? XLK, V, F, Y, and C. Tell me about those. Somebody give me an update. I said buyers are present. Can they keep it, though? So we'll see. So far, buyers from open, though. Good call by Chuck. Daffy said only XLK. Vanessa said only XLK is green at the moment. Chris said XLK. People said XLK. XOY is on the cusp of being green, though. Alright, so let's go through this and see if you guys are on top of it or not. So what's moving us the most? Let me start from the bottom. So, alright, so banks are going against us, not helping anybody. Healthcare did have a lower open and increased movement. That's a great sign. You have a little bit of a green movement by discretionary and comms. Most of the reason that we're moving up, though, is tech. A lot of you guys are correct. With a slightly, this is what you should add on the end of that, guys, because it's not just tech. It's tech, mainly tech, with a helped, or I should say a combined effort, a slightly combined effort from the rest of them. Now, banks isn't doing anything. They're just falling. Now, this one opened way lower. Could have been worse. Ended up bidding back up. They already filled the overnight gap. These two also getting a little bit of movement to the upside. So this is actually helping out the fact that tech is moving higher. And I almost bet you your QQQ chart is flying even more than your SPY chart. Pretty similar, actually. You have them passing not just 386s, but 387.40s, which is the next level above. You have SPY doing the same thing, holding 450.25, breaking that next level above. This is the key area below for more. Bulls held it. This is the key area for more. Bulls held it. So both charts holding at really, really good levels, to be honest with you. Go to the monthly on that chart, because I don't know why that one's on the other one. There we go. Leave it like that. And then we'll go back to SPY, because we want to see if the pump continues or not. Really nice push, though, based on some of our levels. Right now, we're really just looking to see, does it maintain? It's broken a really good area so far, though, which is crazy because it hasn't even been 10 minutes yet. So, that's pretty impressive. Yo, how was everyone's weekend, though? Also, hopefully some of the sector talk made sense when we went over it just now. I shouldn't have skipped over it so quickly, but hopefully that helped out. But how was everyone's weekend, though? Let me know. Hopefully you guys got to relax, get refreshed before this week. Remember, no streams on Thursday or Friday. Friday's a half day. Market's closed Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to do just normal streams. Nothing crazy. Relaxing, no screens. Okay, nice. Misi said Triple Q, Meta, and Microsoft hitting fresh 52-week highs, which in Microsoft case that might mean all-time high. Yeah. It does. Meta looks really good if they can maintain holding 336.50s. So far, so good on the 1 minute. That chart, by the way, you just saw me screenshot and stare at by itself. That's this chart for these two, and then this chart's for this one. Just triple checking so everybody knows. That is what the levels look like right now. So far, Bull's in complete control. We'll see if this maintains, like I said. Alexis said he's hosting Thanksgiving this year. He's got all the goodies. Relax with some chart maintenance. Nice. Man, it's going to be a lot of cooking this weekend, or this week then, huh, Alexis? Nice and relaxing. Got a lot of personal, tedious stuff done yesterday. Good stuff, Timmy. It's nice to get all that BS out of the way. Super chill weekend for me. Glad to hear that for you, David. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully you feel refreshed. Kim said, coin is moving. Do I dare look? Yeah, they are still moving higher. Over 3.5% on the day already. That is wild. Netflix hit 470 today. Wow. That's impressive. Apple, Microsoft still holding a lot of their gains from that first push. Right now you're looking for a continued high, really. You're just looking for a new high on the 1 minute. 5 minutes just still holding. 15 minutes still forming. Whoops, that's not the 15 minute. I was going to say, I think we're about to get our first 15 minute candle close, so that might be something to note. Sorry, trying to keep these charts clean so you can see everything easier. I hate when I'm looking at a chart. I don't understand what I'm looking at. But this is pretty simple. Nothing too complex here. Been off stream for a while. How was your birthday, Bueller? It was great, honestly. Good food. The stream that we did all day from market open to close, that was fun as hell. There was a lot of donations. A lot of people signed up. We gifted a lot of people gifted memberships. And it was cool just having people, everybody just having fun. And then, honestly, my favorite stream was the Friday stream because we got to have a Champions vibe in there. We did the whole, interview. We've never had an outside guest, someone who's not from within the community. We've never had an outside guest. So that was honestly my favorite stream last week. That was pretty awesome. Also, guys, the full cut of that is uploaded on the YouTube channel. I took probably longer than I should have on this thumbnail, but I hope you guys check out the latest video. It's the clip basically between me and him talking for pretty much 90 minutes. It was about 90 minutes. I think he talked for me and him talked for almost 90 minutes, and then I had a little bit on after that, and then that's all the video is. So if you want to check that out, it's pretty long, but it has every bit from the live stream. This would be from the Friday live stream when we had our first guest. But I cut it all out and I put it into one video so you can have it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. Also, if you're a member, which if you're typing in here, like you have access to type in the YouTube chat right here, right now, and you have a colored name, you have a star next to your name, that means you're a member of the channel, which means you have access to the membership part of the channel. So I would go access that, click on the tab that's on the main part of the channel, and then you can access this week's weekly watch list as well as other weekly watch lists, but other just posts as well. Tons of videos. I might not upload any videos this week because I'm going to be working on something between me and Leland for that next course. But there's over 85 videos in there now, the new weekly watch list, everything, so it's not like there's nothing in there. But that I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. I'm probably not going to upload a video in that section this week because I'm most likely going to be trying to make a couple videos for what me and him are working on. Screened for you over the weekend as well. Just relaxed and hit the gym. Had a Friendsgiving at my friend's house on Saturday. Nice. That sounds pretty fun. Hopefully there was good food and some good gifts or whatever. Matthew said, Scalp Spy calls 80% entry to the High of Day touch. Now got to take the pup to get groomed. Have a good day, everyone. Wow, insane job, Matthew. He took an 80% entry very early on in the day. Very happy for him. Tobias said, from 30 to 120, got my pop-it open. He said, okay, I lied. 118, but 120 sounded way better. I am done for now. See you guys tomorrow. See you later, Tobias. Have a great day, man. Thank you, Mighty One. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed. Oh my gosh, Sand Dollar. It's Monday. The week has only begun. Sand Dollar. You are crazy. Let me screenshot this. So, I always like to because I feel like some of you guys get some credit out of it with Twitter. But Nam Lee, which is Benny. It's a good gift. And then Brian. Almost read Dondu. Mary Jo, Jeff, and Christian. They all won a free membership, which is crazy. I always try to tell everybody that it's not just him giving $25 to the channel. It's not just about the money. That means he literally just gave 5 different people an entire month of access to, you know, whatever amount of video. I think there's like 85 or 86. I really can't remember. But seriously, that is amazing, Sandollar. Thank you so much, man. I always find gifted memberships to be the best way to help out because it's not just like, oh, here's money, Josh. It's like, oh, okay, well, here, let me also pat some other people on the back in the community. I think that's amazing because I think people get a good kick out of it. Thank you so much, man. I'm gonna thank you on Twitter. I type in sand, and Bernie Sanders popped up, Sand Dollar. Why can't I find your @ all of a sudden? There you are. I was gonna say it's the same name. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Also, speaking of my favorite stream from last week, Champion Vibe, remember he was talking about Fisker? Well, they're up 9% today. Or on his potential trade, so very interesting. That was a nice pick. I mean, I wasn't really a fan of maybe the company. The company isn't bad. It's not that bad. It could be there's way worse companies and way worse positioning. But I think what got my attention was like what he said was the fact it was literally sitting in a value area. It's like if you're not buying here, what are you doing? You know, and if you're shorting there, you're crazier than the people who are buying there in reality, because you have no, I don't know. There's just not high probability there for a short trader. But long-term investor, I could see that. And if they do keep their cash on hand or at least use it for the better of their company, that could actually be a pretty good reversal over the long period of time, like he was saying, 5, 10, 15 years, not 5 months. It's not going to be anything like that. But yeah, shout out to Sand Dollar. That was awesome, man. Thank you for the gifted membership, seriously. I hope everybody checks those out. 71 watching, yay. Please mash the like button to show your support for the channel. Thank you. Thank you, Sandollar. Gifts memberships and then promotes the channel further. What a legend. Creator said holding previous day high on SPY. We are. We are also holding above the Wednesday high supply, which is the key area for us to potentially move higher if held as support, which so far on the 1 and the 5 minute, we are looking like that. And remember, last week, they gave us energy built up in this area without losing support to give us this potential chance. Do we have to break out here? No. Can we? Yes. We can make it to 453.60s, 455.50s now. We've built up consolidation in a range. Does it look pretty? No. Does it have to? Also no. Not about looking pretty. But there is a lot of energy and consolidation built up on this chart, giving the chart a potential chance of even making it to whatever's higher above. If we were to reject today, though, that would be a very, very, very strong added confidence to bears. So far, though, they're trying to hold. Can't complain. Also good to note, did your sectors get worse? Did they get better? Checking your XLK chart, checking your XLV chart. It's good to remind yourself, oh, did we lose that level of support? Did we continue holding those gains? You could see XLK, XLV both continuing to hold gains. Banks still just kind of struggling. It looks like after the initial bid buy on discretionary, they haven't gotten any movement. Comms are starting to get more movement, so you have more things moving higher now. Devin says 3-bar 10-minute on NASDAQ and SPY futures. So if you guys are looking at SPY futures or NASDAQ, potential 3-bar play on the 10-minute. That's on Discord chat if you guys aren't looking. 5-minute holding still, pushing a new high, 1-minute new high. Both holding pretty good short-term retest. Timmy pointing out that the dollar tanked, which is a potentially good sign. Can open up the gates for more bullish pressure on this market. Good updates by everyone so far, seriously. A very clear picture just by reading some of y'all's messages. Oh, my bad. Chart looks like crap. Put it like that. Not bad movement so far today, though. Can't lie. On both charts, not just like, you know, tech going by itself. There's a lot of movement on a lot of weights, which is pretty good. Actually, how do the SPX levels look? Since we're on the wrong chart. There we go. And they're also holding a potential breakout. Ignore the bottom right chart when I'm switching through these when I'm on like an individual equity. I don't have time to go through this and switch the chart every single time. Because, you know, you do that, then you do that. And then I reset it, I log out, I log back in. It goes back to square one, so. Bear with me when we go through those. Those are not those daily time frame charts, though. Still holding pretty good retest in a lot of those bigger time frames. Oops. Meta's looking really good if they hold that new high, just because of the way they came down, held the overnight, or they held that, not overnight gap, but held the gap just in general. And they're trying to come off of that with the new high. Come on. Zoom in. $10 said XLE looking weak and may give back to its gains from the past 2 market sessions. Also, if you guys have reason over risk access to the Discord, Daffy posted something exactly about energy this morning. So make sure to go check that out. Reason over risk. That's the name of the main channel. Just remember in Discord that the channel has a green check. It's a pretty important channel you should probably check every day. It's a channel that's meant for awareness, updating, giving people info. Bulls still present and in control on pretty much every time frame. What's up, Jay? He said, caught Coinbase for a quick 30-minute play. Caught 50% this morning. Beautiful job, man. That's massive. Hey, thank you, SF. She went to go and comment on that video this morning. Appreciate you. And some mental calls here. Stop loss at 451.51. Good looks, David Q. Love you too, SF. Thank you for going and supporting that video. Appreciate you a ton. New high of day. Spy Bulls, like we said, still around, still present, and still in control. Grinding up on the 1 minute in the fashion that they would on the daily time frame. That's kind of funny. Those charts look identical. And thank you guys for over 40 likes on today's live stream. Every like does actually help out the channel a ton. I don't really know if they help out the videos, but I know for a fact that liking the stream helps out the streams. It helps other people who are already subscribed or not, or maybe even not subscribed, see the channel easier. So if you do like the streams, I think it does actually help out a ton. I don't know about the videos. I really don't understand the algo behind that still. It seems like some of my videos you could put a hashtag and more people see it, and then sometimes you just don't do anything and nobody sees it, and it's just like, what? So I really don't know about how the videos algo works. Oh, I know, Daffy. I know. Can't get free plays every day, though. I read out about some of your analysis. I didn't want to read everything, though. He said, you know damn well what position I'm holding. That's funny. Jay said, spy at previous day / pre-market high. 15 minutes looking noise. It is looking noise. Noise! From Key and Peele. Over 90 people in here on a Monday. That's crazy, man. I'm happy for all you, for real, because it's not easy to get up every day. It's not easy to be here every day. It's not easy to do this, you know, to have this part of your routine where you get up and you prepare, you're ready to go. It's not easy. And then also if you have work or family outside of that, it's not easy. I salute you. But that's crazy. Over 90 people joined in here today. I mean, that's pretty impressive to say about the community. That means a lot of you guys have really good work ethic. A lot of you guys are very strong. So I'm very proud of that. And guys, we have hit that first target outside of the range. Sorry guys, I was typing a bunch. I said first target hit, scale out, and tighten up on your runners. 40% and 80% entry hit on both the 1 and the 5 minute, as well as the 10-minute 3-bar play by Nerdy Bicep. So, a lot of good call-outs today so far. Good updates on the levels and all of the breakouts so far. Looks like a lot of you guys did the heavy lifting today, which is good because it shows you guys understand what's going on. You're trying to progress within the system, so that's something I can get behind any day. Let's go through some of our sectors real quick. I am interested to see what all took part of that recent push higher. We know tech was definitely part of it. Looks like they were only part of some of it, though. Let's go see what else did the damage on the second time. So healthcare continuing its strength. That's a good sign. Banks not getting weaker, not really doing anything, really, so not really hurting or helping. We'll say it like that. Discretionary actually pulled away during some of that move. And comms. So we have tech, healthcare, and comms. XLK, XLV, XLC. These are the 3 sectors that did the majority of the lifting on this recent push. Nice. All right. Super clean, super easy to see, easy to understand. Alright, let's see what y'all said now. David said 12% on those mental calls exited at previous day high. Beautiful job, David. Hidden Land said everyone on fall break with the kiddos. Hope everyone has a great fall break. My bad, I was about to read that wrong. Dan H said 40% on calls, baby. First level hit. I love to see it. David, Dan, I'm proud of both of you. Regardless of it being mental or real, it doesn't matter to me. The fact you guys are getting the system down, you're reading it left and right, that is what I want to see. I'm beyond proud of you. And it's only been 33 minutes. Like and comments on the videos together help the algos on the video and the channels for the streams too. You guys are incredible, seriously. Really, really good movement so far. Definitely cannot complain about that. Here in a minute, I'll read some of the updates on Briefing website or something about the news or anything with earnings. I'll go over a couple of those things here in a minute. Let the market move a little bit more. I'm also curious to see, do they maintain holding over the Wednesday high supply? If you guys remember, that's this chart here. That's what these two charts are. But I'll show you the chart by itself. Go to the 5-day, 5-minute. They didn't just break above Wednesday high supply. They got above it, held above it, continued off of it. So now it's support. So what you're looking is either a continued breakout of a 452.20s or a continued hold of this area. So one or the other. And if they break this, it invalidates a lot of what just happened. Does that make sense to everybody, though? I want to make sense before we move on. I don't want anybody sitting here going, all right, what's next? This is pretty clear what's going on. Sorry, guys. I'm updating, like, everywhere right now. Here for attendant. What's up, Jack? NVIDIA's flying. Good call out by Alexis. Timmy's still holding. Mel said in Tesla puts. You like Tesla put? Oh, you like the break of today's open, huh? Just remind yourself, though, from last week that we are kind of in an uptrend on Tesla for intraday. Because you have this pullback, right? And they held an area where they gapped up. So this, if anything, is a bullish retest. And they're potentially holding a higher low of that retest. Now, you are under today's open, so you do have that playing for you. But I'm just reminding you, because this is definitely still in an uptrend. Amazon, I like this one for calls as long as this area holds right here. If that breaks, I would leave it alone and see, does it penetrate through 145, not just go retest it. And then you said NVIDIA's flying. Let me go to that now. Oh, yeah, no kidding. Good call out. Looks like they held the, I'm assuming that's also Tuesday lows. Yeah, that's the gap up move. Every chart has that same zone right now. Good call outs, good call outs. Oh. UNH picking it back up. Nice. Cost still holding that area we talked about from, I think it was Thursday and Friday. The dollar did fall to a new recent low at 103.48. Small caps potentially holding another higher low. I'm just going to go back to this chart. Oh, no, this chart, I mean. Zoom in right there. Crude futures is on the up and up. ENPH getting simply pushed from the other like stocks that are attending a global conference on the other side of the planet. Just higher visibility is why I think it's getting a short-term interest. I think also the fact that it fell so much multiple times. It had two different leg downs. So I think that also played into it as well, like you said. But yeah, you're probably right. Probably right about that. I wouldn't be surprised if that chart hit a lot of like longer periods of consolidation soon, just to annoy people, because now they've made moves to the downside in a very quick and large manner, as well as to the upside very quick and large. I could see them sticking between those two, that low and then that recent move up from where they fell from. I could see them sticking between that area for a long time, which can be 30, 40, $50 range. So it's not like it's not feasible. If you want to know what's going on with Microsoft today, you can just check out this link that I'm about to send you. Again, if you go to financialjuice.com and you type in just any ticker you want, you can get a lot of info like this. And this is why Financial Juice is the best, because it's free. I'm signed in right now, but you don't even have to be to do what I'm doing. You can type in Microsoft, hit enter, and then just Microsoft stuff will pop up, and you can read about news when it came out in real time, as well as most of the time they'll be like this, what I just linked to you, a summary, which some of them will be from Benzinga, some of them will be from Trader TV, but I like all of this because it gives you every piece of news from every source. You're not just getting a bunch of, you know, BS, so it's kind of nice. But that's exactly what I did to find that for you. All I did was click this, and then I linked you that article. But yeah, that's how I like to look for news too, because it's not about, like, you don't need to know the why. You really don't. Who really cares? The movement and the price action is what you should be focused on. But just for interest's sake, just for curiosity's sake, it is nice to know things like that, you know. And if you are interested, or you do like to be that adventurer and looking and being curious and learning more, then you can look all that stuff up. But that's exactly how I do it. So if you want to do that now, and I'm serious, use it, take it to your advantage. It's an amazing website, and it's free. What's better than free? So today's moving the market update is not a lot of conviction due to big gains recently, light participation ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, and oil prices continuing to rebound. Decent update. This week you have a lot of earnings this week, but there's really only a couple that matter. If you filter this by 1 billion, 10 billion, you filter by 100 billion, you can see all the companies. These are the two that matter. But there are a couple other ones that you could look at. Best Buy, Zoom, there's a couple others as well. But as you can see, very light earnings week, but there are still some notable names like John Deere, Nvidia. But I really wouldn't be too worried about the news. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I see this time and time again. It's always something new. You know, it's literally just hype. I mean, you see all this news, and then it's like, what is this? What is that? You know, and I really wouldn't let that affect how you're viewing the chart. People are gonna pretend that they know what they're talking about, or that this matters, and it doesn't, and they don't. They don't have a single clue what they're talking about. Nice hold by buyers. Just outside of that 451, 448 range, 100% boss. They're holding beautifully. I mean, there's no reason to think bulls aren't present on this chart. Been saying it all morning. All you got to do is update your chart with facts. Don't sit here and go, oh, I think I'm bearish because of this, and we hit this level, and I don't like this wick on the 1 minute. Well, okay, well, what else happened though before that? You're skipping what happened before that. What happened before that? We broke above Wednesday high supply. We broke above previous day highs. We're outside of every level we were looking at. So bulls are in control. Now it's about, now they've held, can they continue to reach to 440, 454, 455 50s, or do we see them pull back and get a better retest in there on the 5-minute chart? Because again, all you have is a little short-term retest there. You have one close over, 3 candles holding, and then we pushed off of it one more time. That was it. So one more retest of that area right below could happen again. Keep that in mind. Let me switch this back to the 15-minute real quick. There we go. Golden Pocket is at the retest. Good job, Timmy. Good point. Look at you, Timmy, going and adding all that stuff on your own without even hesitating. Didn't even hesitate. Quick 15% on meta puts, only a pullback, all out. Good job, Alexis. Love to see it. Good job by a lot of people in here so far. Looks like everybody's kind of just sticking to the usual game plans we're going over. IWM, new high. Good call out by Dondu. Hope you're doing great today, Dondu. The fear and greed index is at 62, which if you guys remember, 1 month ago, this was actually at the fear part of the chart. Copy image. I'll send this in the Discord chat if anybody wants to see it. But I said 1 month ago this was at 22. It's kind of crazy to see how fast that chart changes. Tech slowed down. Looks like the make or break for them is the hold of this wick here. Healthcare is still holding a lot of their gains. They're still in supply on the daily time frame. Watch for a pop of, what was that level? 129s. So 129s are pretty important for healthcare. Banks trying to hold on to some of this grind up move. They got themselves back up above their today's open. Not above their today's, excuse me, high. Healthcare also trying to hold. Discretionary also trying to battle and hold their today's open. That's a pretty important level for them. And comms well above all these levels, but they are slowing down a little bit. So something to take note of. Some things are slowing down. Some things are even breaking levels underneath. And some charts, like we saw on a couple there, are right above a potential crucial level that, if broken, could lead to more downside. Yeah, Dollar Tree is actually a great one, Sand Dollar. I'm trying to remember from my researching which one was the better company. Alright, so the difference between one of the companies is, I think it's Dollar Tree is the worst one in terms of items. But Dollar Tree, I believe, is the one that actually does have dollar items. Dollar General does not have dollar items, but their name is Dollar General. Now, in all honesty, really neither of them do anymore, thanks to inflation, thanks to all the higher priced items. But the Dollar Tree is the one that has the cheaper priced items, and Dollar General is the one that's working towards being more of a like grocery store type. Now they have all these all right, so they're like 50-50 right now. They have pop-ups that are generally that are just like grocery stores, and then they have some that are just kind of like your convenience stores, more or less. Still, which a lot more of those are still like that, but they are reforming a lot of their stores into being like that grocery store type setup. So, pretty interesting potential future for Dollar General. Dollar Tree also just kind of having a good name and having cheaper items, I think helps them in the long run. Also, I believe they have a larger. I don't want to say that, but I believe Dollar Tree has a larger cash on hand amount. I can't remember. But both of those, though, I love watching both of those because you're right. They're kind of fun to watch, like steadily build up some base or round back up. And they both kind of are trading pretty similar. So it's not hard to follow either, with each other at least. Good points, though. B-Ferg said, man, the DG grocery stores are rough. Rough in all caps. Yeah, so I've seen some that are pretty rough, but I have seen some that are pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. Some of them actually look pretty good. So I genuinely do believe it's just like anything else in life, and this is kind of what people kind of overlook a lot of the time. It's all about region. It's all about location, positioning of wherever this is. You put a store in a shitty part of the country, you're most likely going to get a shitty store. You put it in a decent part of the country, it might be a decent store. Could still have that chance of being potentially shitty. But I think it's like this with any company, with any store, with any, placement, really. But no, you're right, though. Some of them are, eh. You guys know what I mean. You find like I'm trying to think of something. What's like a good example? Like you guys know what I mean with like fast food restaurants. You ever go out and you're like looking for like a Taco Bell or a Jack in the Box or a McDonald's, but there's like multiple locations of each one, and one of them is in a shittier location, so it's not as good of a store. That's kind of what I mean with this, just at a larger scale, a lot larger of a scale. They are building really nice one. Is recently developed under suburban locations, some with even a self-checkout too. Nice. Yeah, self-checkout is a need in 2023. Especially with all these AI grocery stores potentially popping up in the future. That'd be hilarious. 'Well, they tapped that first level above, slowed down, and pulling back. We'll see if this slowdown occurs here. Good thing we talked about it. Now it's time to watch if Wednesday high supply support now. Three-bar play on Tesla 5-minute. mRNA wants to keep going. Good call by Alexis. Good update by Daffy. David said, dude, that Microsoft CEO must be having the best day of his life today. Oh, you know it. You know it. Somewhat of a positive reaction against that so far. Looking to see if they maintain holding over Wednesday high supply. If not, we can get a break under and a pullback. Sanddollar said he posted a status update on that CEO in the off-topic channel. Thank you for posting that there. I appreciate you. He also said DVN on a 3-day run for almost 10% gains. That is wild for that energy stock. DVN. Amazon gave back its opening gains. Good post. Good to know. Good post by username NF and Noxta in the chat. $15-minute is forming a hammer. Good looks. Sold DVM too early. And yeah, still holding Wednesday high supply as potential support. I'd like to add, if this candle stays just like this, your 5-minute is an inside bar, which would look very weird because they're not that small of a candle on either. But so far, you do still have that. This candle is about to come to a close. Let me zoom in on that. That's very, very close. You have an outside bar, you have an inside bar, all holding above this. You have a lot of indecision holding above a good area. Right now, you should still be bullish as long as the highlighted area holds as support. If the highlighted area breaks, that is when you can flip. Alquin said, lifetime member, dude. Oh, that might... Alquin, if you can hear me. The YouTube member thing is different. Discord and YouTube are two completely different applications. But I'm reading both. If you're typing in Discord, I'm reading both. I read both out loud. Well, I at least read everything to myself, but I read almost everything out loud. I gotta filter some of the stuff, of course. Some of the posts in here aren't super, super nice. Get it next time. I'd be on Tesla 30-minute. Could call out Garden Trader. She said, or he's sorry, Garden Trader. I keep calling you a he and then a sheet. I'm like, why am I like giving you this title? But Garden Trader said, IB or inside bar on the Tesla 30-minute. Let's see if you're on about that. You are correct. We will be bullish until I buy calls. I don't know if I'd be super bullish anymore. I'd wait because you don't have a new high. You have a potential lower high here while holding a higher low. So everything pretty much between here is a gray area. Because technically you shouldn't be turning bearish yet until you see this break, but if you want to be, you know, preemptive. But right now you should still be bullish until proven otherwise. It's just something you got to remind yourself. You really have to tell yourself that all the time. I'm this until this. I'm this until that. I like this until it does this. I like this until that. It really is reminding yourself, what are your parameters on your chart? What did you plan beforehand? What's in front of you? Sound like a broken record. What? We will be bullish until I buy calls. Comment of the year. Can you guys believe we're almost done with the 11th month of the year? Can you believe we're almost in the last month of 2023? It blows my mind. God, the 15-minute makes it look so much more cleaner. They're holding the supply as a potential support, which could turn that into demand, which is bullish as hell. Why do I say bullish as hell? Hell's not bullish. And we are still an inside bar on the yearly candle. Oh my godly land. Anytime we have indecision, guys, you have to remember we're an inside bar on the yearly. Just like a vague way of saying it. MU is about to squeeze. Good looks, good looks. When a lot of people in here say squeeze, they're mentioning that the highs and lows are converging into 1 point, eventually causing a directional move. Good looks, Alexis. Triple Qs are breaking to the downside so far. I'd be careful with that one. Oh, good update by Daffy on the sectors. He just posted what sectors are up and down. Not just the important ones, all of them. Thank you for that, Daffy. Berkshire Hathaway pushing higher. Not a bad sign for banks. Let's go back to SPY. Kind of interested on that 15-minute time frame. Does that continue to hold? Because you had Qs trying to break lower. I don't know, Timmy. Honestly, I have no idea. That seemed like a shower thought kind of question. Almost Tesla. Let's do it. Any expectations on DE's earnings on Wednesday? Ducky man. Ducky man. He's no longer Daffy. He's Ducky man. All right, and they are still holding on the 15-minute. Let's go over to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, 5 minutes still holding pretty well. Inside bar, positive print, hammer. Trying to be a positive print. We'll see here in a minute. 2 minutes. Just reposting charts. I'm not typing anything new. Just triple Q and SPY. Nothing new. Just looking for that 80% entry. It already popped. Now we're looking to see, can we hit high of day, or are we going to slow down here? But anybody who took any 40% or 80% entries today, I would love to see you guys fill up this channel right here with not just your real trades. If you took a, mental rep today, post it in here. Talk about the importance behind the, 40% breakout, the fact that it pushed our levels, the fact that it continued to hold our levels regardless of what time frame you were on, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, the 10 minute, the 15 minute, all of them were holding that 80% entry, and then it continued higher, right? So post your reviews, but don't just post your real trades. Go in there and try to get a mental review in there as well and be like, all right, this is where puts could have been taken, this is where calls could have been taken, this was stop loss, target. Talk about everything on the chart. Try to break down everything you can. Good morning, Adnan. Good to see you again. Timmy. You're still going on about minute. Yearly inside bar is kind of funny, but also can lead to explosive moves. Look at XLE 2021 yearly candle. Yeah, exactly. The whole energy crisis too. And it did have an inside bar, which is funny. People are always like, oh, it was all news related. But there was some TA there, as Leland's pointing out. ORCL is poised for another leg up. Starbucks having a bad day / week. Amazon may be looking to test the... Why don't I know what you mean by HP? Maybe he meant golden pocket from high to low of day, not HP. And then Daffy said, I took the 40% and still holding 454 calls on SPY. So he's looking for continuation. Which all of you should be, because there's nothing invalidating anything here. You should still be bullish, right? Even when this big bearish candle came through and it got scary and triple Qs were looking like they didn't want to hold 387s, they've now held a higher low from there, while SPY has maintained pushing back up near high of day. feel like I'm just talking to myself. This guy's ignoring me. Okay. Vanessa, let me see why you don't have access to that. You have lifetime. Results and review. Maybe close Discord and reopen it? I'm really not sure, because it's not a channel that's hidden or has so normally when I make a channel, there's like roles, right? I don't even have that on this channel because literally everyone has access to it. It's not one of those where it's like hidden or anything. And you even said you just turned on show all channels to make sure it wasn't mistakenly blocked on my end or something. I was just about to say, check that arrow, that hidden arrow. Sometimes it hides it, but that is super weird. No dice. Maybe double check the collapse. That is weird. Can you, in my DMs, Vanessa, can you send me a screen? Here, I'll show you this. Like, when you go to this screen right here, one, make sure that arrow's pointed down. Two, send me a screenshot of this whole area right here. Show me every channel you do have, because that'd be interesting. But DM me that. Don't send that in chat. Just DM me that. I'll fix it. Well, I'll try to fix it. If not, though, just post it in Trade Floor for now. If you need to get it out of your system, or any reviews you might have done right now, just post it in Trade Floor. I'm not going to delete them just because they're not in Trade Review. See, I'm okay with that. It's when people go into Trade Chat and only post a gain. It's like, okay, you're clearly just looking for attention. You know, if you're posting a Trade Review in the Trade Floor, I don't think anybody's going to complain. It's when you go into Trade Floor and only post a gain and then you leave no context on it. It's like, okay, clearly you're looking just for people to pat you on the back. You don't care about actually getting any constructive criticism back. Good job, Timmy. Timmy, I'm glad to see someone's paying attention, man. Keep it up. And you're good, Vanessa. I'm patient. I'm waiting on you. No, she doesn't have it. That is so weird. Alright, let me think for a second. I'm going to take your rolls and I'm going to re-give them to you. You don't have any hidden roles, so I don't understand why you don't see it. Let me tag you in there, Vanessa. I can't even tag you in there. V.Michelle. Yeah, there you are, right there. What does it do when I tag you? Does it pop up? Alright. You're good. You don't have to keep sending me screenshots. You're good. Thank you for that. I just needed to see that one section, because that is weird. You see everything else. Let me know if it popped up now. I tagged you in there and Nope. Huh. Anyone know why Visa is down so much? I don't know. That is pretty done sizable, though. Might just be the release of that news. I would like to add they are at a notable area in their bigger time frame, but you're never gonna see me sit here and go, oh, because of that, that's why they're dumping. Like, no, it's not why. That's just what's there. Interesting. I think we are good now. That was smart. Oh, it worked? Finally. That is so weird. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, to be honest. Guys, right here, round of applause for my boy Chuck. Chuck, wherever you are, I hope you're in stream. He said, took 40% entry on the breakout of Wednesday supply. TP was at the first level. Only took one contract because my jackass swung puts from Friday and they got burned. Ended today slightly in the green. If I had more contracts, I definitely would have held 40% entry. Right there. That right there. That was the trade. That was what we talked about in the stream. But also, seeing this return back to it and then make it back there again, you know, it just kind of like further gives you that confidence of like, all right, that was a good entry. You know, it just gives you that extra pat on the back. Good stuff. Thank you, B-Man. JC. Yeah, Vanessa, I'm sorry that's messing with you. I genuinely have no idea. Oh, you weren't just kidding, JC. I thought you were leaving it like that with no link. Thank you for that. Sand Dollar, thank you. You're feeling mighty giving today. He gave the 5 memberships to 5 people earlier, and he just gifted $4 of Russian coffee to me. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Dan, he just trusted his system. That's all he did. That's all we got to work towards. Trusting our system more and more and more and more and more. Because then that, over time, will give us more confidence. Which is a great thing to have. It's great to feel like you know what you're about to do next. I'm so happy to see buyers continuing higher for all of you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys were in calls and looking for those plays of the upside. And all morning, all we've talked about is how bulls look so good. I think I'm also happy to see triple Qs maintaining control of the important 387s. I said, don't just miss out, review. Because I hate when people are like, I hate that I missed that, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, but did you review it how you could have caught that? Like, did you even go and look and see? No, I just wanted to complain and be non-productive. Oh, okay. Okay. Don't be one of those people. Nasty, toxic, non-productive people. Don't be one of those. Be a positive, uplifting, forward-looking, forward-thinking person. We're not looking to be right. We're not looking to be the smartest person in the room. We're just looking to see how good or how well can we follow our own system. How well can we follow our own levels? What is our system? You know, navigating the levels with the 40%, 80%, the lower high, the higher lows. Attacking probability as we see it. King Carnage said, I like to review and complain. I'm a best of both worlds. Good call outs by everybody in here. Timmy said, I've always disliked trading the open, and because of that, I got scared of taking the 80% above Wednesday's resistance. It being Monday also didn't help my confidence. See, my thing wasn't even this move. Because I see what you're saying with this move. I get this one. Because it's the first move up, right? And then it's just kind of short-term holding it. So you really are just taking risk that these candles will continue to hold. So you could set like a tight stop here, maybe a loose one here or something, multiple cons. So I could see that, Timmy. I really can. I'm never gonna review this and be like, well, you're kind of being a bitch. You know, that's kind of wrong. No, you weren't. It makes sense. What you said makes sense. That does. And I think most people would feel the same way. So besides just sitting here and saying, well, you should trust your system more, let's see what else could have happened here. And we did talk about the inside bar. We talked about the 2 hammers popping up after the positive print. So if you didn't like the first one, that's okay. But if you didn't like the second one, that is just you not trusting your system. That one is you just not having confidence in whatever you're looking at, which is okay still. It's not the end of the world. But you took the second one, I believe. Yeah, look, he just said out of 40%, high of day, 40%. Okay, see? So that one's better, Timmy. But see, there's nothing wrong with what you just said. Did everyone read what Timmy just said? I've always disliked trading the open, and because of that, I got scared of taking the 80% above Wednesday's resistance. It being Monday also didn't help my confidence. But then, what did he do? He still took a trade, but only when he felt comfortable. What do we call that in here, guys? Limiting yourself. Limiting yourself. You limited yourself to just taking the opportunities that you, 1, have practiced, and 2, feel the most comfortable with, feel the most confident in. That right there, Timmy, is true trader strength. Knowing that there are 50 opportunities on the screen, you don't need to be a part of all 50 of them. You just need to be a part of the few that you are comfortable with, that you are confident in, that you practice all the time. Round of applause, seriously. And that's exactly how you should react. Maybe over time down the road, you take more risk at these. Maybe you get more, maybe you don't. Who cares, right? Because you have a system now. You limited yourself to taking just the better part of the chart. Who cares if you miss this first part of the move? I don't give a shit. You shouldn't either. You caught a good trade still. Round of applause, Timmy. And I hope a lot of you guys can take away from what he just said and what we just went over, because that right there is true trading. Oh, you didn't feel comfortable about something? Well, then don't trade it. Don't ignore yourself. Good job, Timmy. And good job, Maddie. He said he did the exact same thing. Good job. And if anyone else in here did the same thing or thought in a similar fashion, good job. Continue. Dondi said, I did the same thing too, Timmy. Thank God the market isn't going anywhere. We got plenty of more trades to miss and catch. Exactly. And it's all about limiting yourself to what you practice. This needs to be a stream clip. Gotta love the education in here on a daily basis. If you guys ever hit me up with like a time period in a video that needs to be cut out, just let me know and I'll go cut it. I just don't think of this on my own because I'm the one streaming and doing it all. But if there's a piece of the stream you want me to cut out, type it out and let me know. DMing me on Discord would be best so I can remember. Sending it in YouTube chat will be lost. But good job, good job. Thank you, Timmy, for letting me talk about that more too, because honestly, that was an amazing thing you just said. Because I hate when people are like, you check their trade reviews, and your trade reviews, which is why I always say this, almost always has the answers for me. Everyone's always like, how does Bueller always know how to answer this and that? It's not about me being smart. I'm not smart. I literally can just read your trade review. If you would read it yourself, you would also understand. But a lot of the time, I'll see some of you guys go in there and be like, well, I wasn't feeling too easy about this, or I didn't really wake up that well, or I woke up late, and this, like, basically saying in the beginning of your trade review that you were unprepared or weren't up to it, or didn't feel right. It didn't feel right in some instances, and that's totally okay. And then later on in the trade review, you'll say, but I traded anyway, so then I did that. It's like, bruh, you literally made the mistake, and then you still went and traded. I don't care if you won your trade. That's dirty money because it didn't make sense to you. You weren't ready for it. You weren't prepared, right? So you need to only try to trade the setups you actually are thinking through, the setups you are actually going over. Because right now it's not about making money. Right now it's about being able to do the same thing over and over again, or to be able to do something that gives you confidence, something that makes sense to you, something that has reasoning. You actually understand it. It's not just about, oh, it went up and hit this and did that. That's 20%. No, it's not about that. Why did it do that? Why did you get into calls right there? Why did you continue to hold right there? That needs to be what makes sense to you. MU starting at squeeze pop. Good stuff. Oh, man. Review helps increase confidence in the system so you can catch the next trades. Exactly, Vanessa. Kai said, don't fight the trend. Don't fight the trend. Don't fight the trend. Don't fight the trend. Just had to remind myself. Thank you, Vanessa. I'll go cut that after. Good movement today so far for real. We really got a really good push above, a good hold, a clear hold above. If you go back to that single chart, very clean. Just highlighting it for the example. Timmy said, dang, I really thought that we were going to get a better 80% entry because of how we were brought up / grindy. The chart seems might have sold my runner too early. Where are you talking about on the chart, Timmy? I need to see a better visual. I need to see what you're calling a 40% and 80%. Because here's a 40%, right? Here's an 80%, right? Here's another 80%. And then you have like a... This is what you'll sometimes see, like, Peoples call a 69%er, or you'll hear me or Leland or Daffy call a better percent or better 80% entry. But it's when you get, because you already had one, you have another one. So that's a better high probability entry. You have another 40% entry, but it's not just a 40% entry. What's happened to this point? And anybody can step in and interrupt me. But we already had multiple higher lows. We've had multiple tests of what we needed to see to make us bullish, right? And we've exited away from it and now making a new high. So it's not just a 40% entry. If anything, that's like a 60-70% entry, because 60 to 70%, we're 60 to 70% confident that this will try to break higher after doing this because of what it's done before. Does that make sense? So you can see we've had like 4 trading entries potentially pop up. But like I said, if you missed the first couple, that really wasn't that big of a deal. Because this was the first move. It's Monday. It's a short week. It's probably going to be lower volume. It happened within the first 30 minutes. You know, so there's a bunch of things stacking up against saying, like, oh, you should have jumped into that, dummy. No, it's not about that one. The better trades definitely happened after. Oh, good post by username in the trader floor. I like that a lot. Nobody wanted to answer that one? All right, we'll just keep watching SPY then. Pretty good higher low, pretty good push. Still seeing a continued hold, not just over the needed level of Wednesday high supply, but now over the next level of 452.20s. What the hell am I saying? 452.20s. And if they can hold this as support, this can give them even more potential chance of reaching the next up level, which I think I have set at 453.50. But if you want to say 453.50 to 454, be my guest. You can definitely highlight both, because above that isn't until 455, 455.50s. So that's the next levels above on the 5 minute. Well, on every time frame, I guess. See you there, Sandollar. Have a great rest of your day, man. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for dropping all the donos and the free memberships. I appreciate you, man. Hopefully the people who got those free memberships from you take advantage. How's everyone in the stream, though, so far? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed some of the updates, some of the trade ideas, some of the reviews to see what opportunities were happening today. Daffy has just reported that all sectors are officially green. Great job, Daffy. Thank you for that update. So it looks like we had a little bit of settling at the open and increased movement. Good job. Doing well. Love to see it, King Carnage. Your name now lives forever in the streams. For some reason, I have not renamed the King Carnage chart, so you will live on forever. But how's everyone else? I know how Daffy's doing. I know how King Carnage is doing. How is everyone? Getting towards the end of the stream, but I still wanted to check on you guys and see if there was any other questions or if there was anything you guys wanted to cover. Because I don't want to keep leaving these streams and you guys have these basic questions. Like last night, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. I don't think it was any of you, but somebody goes into chat and says, yeah, I've been watching the videos, yet they're asking me, is lead test for puts or buy the dip for calls? These are surface level questions, which means you have not seen the videos, which means you have not actually given a shit about learning anything. You're already assuming, okay, I need to get into this for calls and this for put. No, you're already thinking about the money. That's wrong. By doing that, you're going to lose. You're going to hurt yourself. If you're not sitting here worried about the reasoning, the facts of the chart, things you can trust over and over and over and over and over, limiting yourself towards, then you're not trading. You're gambling. You need to be doing these things. So if you guys have any questions, this is the time to ask them while I am here. I'm not going to go make you a private video every time you need something done because you want to feel catered to. I'm not going to sit there and answer surface level questions every day that don't make sense. If you ask me, our lead tests are for puts, I'm going to hit you. Not actually. That was satire. But I'm verbally going to hit you because that is generally what it feels like you're doing to me. If you come up to me and you say, our lead tests are for puts, are those for puts? Is that what those are for, lead tests? Is that what that is? I'm going to lose my mind. So as long as you guys aren't thinking like that, you're on my good side. You're on a great side of the chat. You have nothing to worry about. You should be focused on limiting yourself to the process. I feel like the band guy from Whiplash, I swear. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The drumming movie with the... I mean, you guys should know it. It's the drumming movie, Whiplash. But I feel like I'm that, like, older guy. That's what I feel like when I see those things. Like, all I'm trying to do is push people to be their best version of themselves. And then someone asks me that. And I'm like, what the F? So don't go into chat and say, is the lead test for puts? Because then that just shows me you haven't paid attention to literally anything. And if you have, that concerns me a little bit more. You might need to go check up with the doctor. Because the videos that I have on this stuff are so simple, guys. I don't make it hard to understand. It's not complex. It's not like you got to follow 50,000 different rules. It's not like that. It's the leap test. So make sure you guys are reviewing. And if you're in here every day being active, engaging, I'm probably not even talking to you. I'm just making you aware of what problems people have so you can avoid this shit at all costs. Because I don't want to see you guys struggle. I want to see everybody in here strive. Not in terms of like, oh, I want to see you all making thousands. No, I don't care about that. But I want to see you have a path ahead of you and not struggling. Because then, I mean, the sky's the limit. There's nothing ahead of you. There's nothing to stop you except you. Make as much as you want, go lose as much as you want. But as long as you have a system in place, that is what is important to me. Visa dropped below 247.30s, key level from a larger time frame, retested and rejected, inputs for a bigger move to the downside. Good looks, B-Ferg. I like your in-depth breakdown. Your 247.30s are in the perfect spot, it looks like. Like to the cent. Good job, B-Ferg. See what I did right there, guys? Was Visa something I charted and traded? No. Is B-Ferg charting and trading it? Yes. Okay, great. I can be happy for him. I can go look at it. I can review it. And afterwards, when he's done, I can go try to see if I can recreate his trade. I can review to be like, oh, okay, this is where he entered. I see why he likes it. Oh, this is where he exited or where it invalidated. I understand that. Bet. And if it doesn't, then you can go over it. Good stuff, B-Ferg. Leading by example. That's what I want to see. Doing well today. Totally enjoyed the stream as usual. It's not just the call-outs and updates, but the education and the pep talks as well. Appreciate you, Vanessa. Daffy. Be safe, Alexis. All hail the chart. Doing great and just chilling, not expecting much movement as we head into Thanksgiving. Good thinking, David Q. Thank you for being aware. Gotta love those neck pops. And thank you guys for almost 60 likes on today's stream. We had over 200 people join today's stream, which, again, I am really impressed with because a lot of people did not have to wake up today, did not have to be here. Could have just been lazy and said, it's Thanksgiving week, I don't feel like trading. And I really am proud of a lot of you for still showing up here, even if it's not to trade and just to get into the motions of things. That's really what I'm proud of. I really am not. I don't care if you're actually trading or not. But to be here to prep yourself like you are going to trade, that is what's important. And I'm very happy and impressed with a lot of you for being here. It's not about the views. I really don't care about that. But it is very impressive to see, wow, like a large majority of my community can wake up even on a week where they probably could have made up a million excuses. I could never miss a day without your voice. Kiss ass. Thank you though, React. Thank you. I love you, man. I love you. I love everybody here. But I'm serious, guys. I always try to like get onto y'all's asses, but at the same time, you know, I like to give y'all a little bit of credit, and I really do believe being here today is a testament to your strength, to your passion for growing in this, for wanting to be good at trading, for wanting to have stability, not just being good, but to have stability, to have structure, to have a path ahead. But that's what I think a lot of us should be proud of today. I really was impressed when I clicked on today's stream because I start it and then I walk away for a little bit and then I come back before market opens. And when I come back, it's normally like 20, 30, 40 people. But today we had like 60 people in here. It was like, damn. And then right after market opened, it was like 90 plus people were in here at one point, which again is insane. That's amazing. That means a lot of people in here are not lazy. People like to be in here. People are passionate. They're hungry. That's a good thing. Use that to your advantage because not everybody has that same drive. You might think that's a normal thing for people to be inspired or passionate or to have some drive. It's not. Not everybody has that. Use that to your advantage. Use that to continuously get yourself in the streams or to continuously push yourself to have something posted beforehand, to go over it during, to go over it afterwards. Push yourself to go through that full effect that we always talk about. I replay Buellers' stream while I sleep, so I dream of his voice. Oh, so you have nightmares. Okay, y'all are just being too nice now. I do not have that good of a voice. I'm not like username. Username would be a good example. What's the other one I always think of? Username, Tin Man, and then there's like a third person in chat. Oh, if y'all, none of y'all have ever heard him speak except like maybe a long time ago in Lifetime chat. But Apex Sidekick, I don't know where he is, but that guy has a really good voice for this kind of stuff. ASMR. Oh yeah, Marinte has a good voice too. Who else am I thinking of? There's one more person. Honestly, Peoples, you know, we always joke about Peoples being young, but Peoples actually has a pretty good voice for this stuff. Don't tell him I said that, but... Daffy? Yeah, Daffy is pretty cool. Harland? Harland does have a nice voice, too. Actually, it's funny you say Harland, Aloha. I literally talked to him the other day. He joined my other Discord and we talked for a little bit. He's still really busy in his I call him a masseuse just to make fun of him, but he does like chiropractor stuff. He does a lot more like therapeutic chiropractic. I probably said that wrong, but he does a lot of like deep tissue work. Him and his wife, so that's pretty cool. They have a really cool thing going. They have their own business, so they're very busy. But Harland always tries to check in with me when he can. He still reads the Discord as much as he can too. He still reads almost every message you guys talk about. He'll randomly bring up like stuff from chat. I'm like, oh shit, you are paying attention. But yeah, Harland's still around, and that's a big thing with a lot of my big traders in chat. Like you guys, from your perspective, I could see why you'd be like, oh my god, did that person quit or just leave our chat? Like, no, like a lot of the successful people in my group just go do their own thing. They go work out, they go have nice meals, they hang out with their girlfriend or their wife, they go live life, they go do what they want. You know, I don't sit here and tack them down to be here every day. If they want to come in here and drop bombs, they can, awesome. Anytime they're welcome, but that's what a lot of my successful guys do. They don't sit here. And I tell them that, do not sit here. Do not be in my streams every day. Do not be in Discord. I don't want to see you here every day. I want to see you go enjoy life and be free. You shouldn't be sitting here every day. So once you get to that point, it's sometimes some of the advice you hear me give is, hey, go away. and I'm not trying to be mean, but in a sense that, you know, go away. Go enjoy yourself. And Harland is one of those people. Oscar, if you guys remember Oscar, Big O from back in the day, that's another person that's, I would say, is beyond successful and is really just grinding his ass off. He's really just working really, really, really hard because that's who he is. He's just someone who can't stop. He can't stop moving. He has to keep working. He has to keep grinding, making himself better every week, every day. And that's honestly like a true role model for a lot of us here from back in the day. But there's tens of people like that from our server that are pretty much done with being here every day, and that's fine. That's great. And they can tune in anytime they want. You know, Hidden Land, Jay, he can tune in whenever he wants. He doesn't have to. He can go and enjoy his week or whatever, enjoy his family. But always have a nice home to come back to. So that's what BB is. We don't want it to be like some place that you're just locked in here forever. No, once you get to a point of succeeding over and over, I don't want to see you at all. I want to see you living life and you know, living it out. It shouldn't be all about being here every day or supporting the streams and all that stuff. That's great, but at the end of the day, I think we all know what the goal is. Massive green candle, by the way, on the 1 minute. Nothing really crazy on the other time frames yet, but you are getting a new high of day hit, which is great for bulls, as we've talked about bulls being in control pretty much all day. Didn't even bother losing 450. 50% on the 454 calls, if anybody took those with Daffy. He did openly post those here as well as in the Discord for anybody who was looking for an extra play or a free play or anything like that. There was still a free one given. So good job, Daffy. Over 50%. And that was on the original 40% entry, everybody. That was back when we pushed above and into 451.50s. So he's held for over $1.30 just now. Amazing job, Daffy. Really leading by example, showing people how to trust the levels more, how to trust the entry types more. And guys, I'm serious. If you really want to get better at trading, you need to trust your system more. It almost always boils down to that. A lot of times people just kind of stray away from it for a bit, and then they almost second guess what they used to trust so much. You know, it's purely out of fear. It's purely out of just emotion. So I'm serious, guys. When you're going over the system, post it in chat. Openly post it or post it to yourself. Be like, look, that was a 40% entry. That was an... Be decisive. Be very direct on what you're posting. Therefore, you're not there giving yourself a bunch of gray area information like, oh, maybe this is that, maybe this is that. No, it's not. This is this, this is that. Be direct. Therefore, in the future, you're not hesitating going, oh, well, maybe this could be bullish, maybe that could be bearish. No, it's either this or it's that. It's nothing else. Be very direct with yourself. But guys, great job on the stream today. Who all caught an entry or made sense of the chart today, finding a mental rep? Please show a, show a number of hands or an emoji or something to show that, hey, I caught an entry, or hey, I caught a mental trade that made sense to me. And then on the other hand, who didn't? Who didn't catch a trade or who didn't see something that made sense to them? This is the time to ask questions before I end the stream. So I just want to make sure we get it all out of the way and everybody makes a little bit of progress today. Anytime, and I hate when we all... I do this too. I probably need to be better about how the way I talk. But whenever we say, like, oh, the same thing happened today. I did the same thing. I did an 80% and then I took profit. You might not think that's progression. You might sit there and think, like, damn, I did the same thing. I did good, but it didn't feel like anything new came out of it. You did. By trading the same thing, you're limiting yourself. That is progression in itself when you're trading. That all by itself, progression. Because you're doing the same thing, you're limiting yourself to things you trust, things you practice. It's when you don't do things that you practice or trust or go over that don't make sense, that is when you're gambling. But it looks like everybody here understands it. Thank you guys again. I really am not here to just make friends. I really do want to see you guys succeed. And I'm really happy to see a lot of you guys making more sense of the system in front of you, as well as trying to trust it a little bit more over time. Because again, you're not going to trust it first couple times you look at it. Don't expect yourself to. When do you ever do that in life at all? You wouldn't. You wouldn't randomly just, get on a plane and be like, I'm never going to worry about this. I've done this a million times. You've never done it once. So you should be a little bit worried because you've never done it once. It's a normal reaction. So you got to kind of work yourself into doing it more. The more you start to fly, the more you start to like flying. The more you start to go, okay, you know what? This is pretty fun. This is pretty easy. That's exactly how trading is. You got to trust yourself more over time, but also the system in front of you. And both of those things take time. So give yourself that needed time. But thank you guys again for today's stream. Beautiful breakouts. We had multiple 40% entries, multiple 80% entries, holding above the Wednesday supply. Hold up, let me zoom it back out so you can see it. The Wednesday high supply. So beautiful movement in the short-term grand scheme of things. But when we go to the bigger time frame, this is what we're going to be mainly focused on. towards the end of today. So good first half of today, guys. Seriously, round of applause, pat yourself on the back. Right now, we're going to be looking towards the sea. Can we make it to the next area or not? That's really what the focus is, because right, you're still bullish. You have energy to not just make it to here. You can push through this area, given how much consolidation we had over the course of almost 4 days in a row. Back here, we had 5.5. Here, we have 3.5. So you have enough energy on the chart to make it up to the next area. They have enough potential built-up consolidation there. But thank you guys again for today's stream. Thank you guys again for liking the stream. We have over 60 likes on today's stream. Thank you guys again so much. Again, be sure to check out some of the content. I see a lot of questions that are answered in videos, and I don't mean to be like lazy or give you a vague answer and go, hey, check out the video. I don't want to answer you. I want you to watch the video because it gives you a good initial view, and then we can dive, further into any questions that you may have. So if you're a member, check out the membership part of the chat. If you're not, just check out the free videos that are here. But tons of amazing stuff in here and in the playlist. We have live trade videos. I have videos where I took a trade and then I review it afterwards. We have videos where it's just me covering how to chart, swing trading, day trading, fibs, what's the lead test, the main types of entry that we take. And then we even have a playlist called Road to Consistency that literally goes over all of our best videos in one playlist. So take your time to go through this stuff. There's a lot. But there's definitely a good way to get yourself into the system and to trust these things more. So I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. I love you all, and I will catch you all in the Discord and in tomorrow's stream. I want to see everybody posting reviews, updates, clean breakdowns, no gambling. Everybody keep each other motivated, keep each other inspired, keep each other on the positive side of things. If you see someone posting negative, call it out. If you see someone posting positive, reinforce them. Let them know that they're doing something good. And do that to yourself. Positively reinforce yourself. Push out all of the negativity. But guys, I'll see you guys again. Thank you guys again. I will see you in the Discord.